The Georgia Department of Labor is now asking dozens of employees to pay back unemployment benefits they received for several months. This is in 2020. State officials claim their employer made the mistake filing those unemployment claims. 11 Alive's Joe Ripley is live at the Department of Labor in Atlanta. So, Joe, you spoke with one of those impacted, now being told to pay back a half year's salary.
Yeah, can you believe that, Ron? Stunning news tonight. A former employee I spoke with at this restaurant group, the employer says she and about 50 others she believes are impacted, being asked to pay back thousands to the Georgia Department of Labor. For Casey Carlson of the News with Simply Flooring. Casey Carlson was out of work for much of 2020 when her employer, Rocket Farm Restaurants, placed her on furlough.
Unemployment was helping us and taking care of it. I never expected that I'd have to pay it back.
Now, more than a year later, Carlson is getting these notices from the Georgia Department of Labor saying she was overpaid. The weekly amounts added up to nearly $28,000.
Half of my year's salary. I mean, I can't live if I pay that back.
We required employers to file on behalf of their employees during the beginning of the pandemic. It was a much better way for us to get these employees paid quicker, more efficiently.
Kersha Cartwright with the DOL says Georgia processed more than 3 million employer-filed claims for unemployment in 2020, but one misspelling, social security number out of place, or wrongly written wage could lead to unintentional fraud. And that doesn't happen often, Cartwright says.
We're in charge of managing state and federal funds. So if there are state and federal funds that went to the wrong person, we're required to recoup those.
Cartwright says the restaurant group is to blame in this case. She says the DOL is in contact with Rocket Farm Restaurants to get that money back. In a statement, the restaurant group said they are investigating and plan to submit revised earnings statements in the near future. They said they've already committed to paying any resulting penalties. Carlson says she's filed waivers and appeals, but worries she might still be on the hook for thousands of dollars.
It's intimidating. It's nerve-wracking. I mean, the amount of nights that I've lost sleep, panicked about how I'm going to pay this back.
Man, we're back here live once again, almost $28,000 here, Joe. So these claims were filed in 2020. Why are we now just hearing about the mistakes?
Well, I asked that same question to the Georgia Department of Labor. The folks over there told me that they have to look through quarterly wage earnings from 2020 to now. It takes some time to do that, to compare those numbers. So that's why we're just hearing about that now, to look through, see if there were any mistakes. But the Georgia Department of Labor told me it is still following up with those impacted, those who lost out on those wages, are being asked to pay those back. They said anyone who files a waiver would likely not have to pay the money back themselves. Ron.
Well, thanks for being on top of that story for us tonight, Joe.